table that doesn't match anything in this Hillcrest Academy newsroom. And so, welcome back. But first of all, it's Easter. You better grab those eggs and eat them quickly because the Easter Bunny is coming on this. Hello and welcome to Hillcrest Academy. We are here in Mr. Roscoe's office and we'll be interviewing him and asking a few questions. 1. How did you choose the school of colors back when Hillcrest Academy just opened?
Hillcrest Academy opened in 1992, and there was a contest that the school held for the students to design a crest, and from that the winning crest was designed by a student named Kara Crosby, and she designed the Hillcrest Academy crest with the hawk on it, and her colors that she chose to do the crest in was purple, red, and yellow, and those colors still exist today.
And we have the purple wing upstairs and the yellow wing downstairs and the red wing upstairs.
Yes, the wings in our school are after the school colors, purple, red, and yellow.
Well, I guess that explains how you choose them. So, what was the mascot? Was it always the hawk?
The mascot on the crest was always the hawk, but the school never really related to having a mascot until 5 or 6 years after the school was opened. The school started having some basketball teams, and it was during that time that one of the coaches decided that we would become Hillcrest Hawks, and ever since then we are known as the Hawk as our mascot, and we are Hillcrest Hawks when it comes to basketball and or soccer.
Wasn't it a few years ago when you changed what the hawk looks like?
The crest has been modified a few times, yes, that is true. Various designs through various companies and staff have changed the crest a little bit over the years, but it still remains a hawk, just a different profile.
Were the classes different? Did you teach music back then?
When the school first opened, we had approximately 575 students. Presently we have 280 students. The second year the school was opened, they had to add on 2 rooms. We still had French and music, phys ed, all of the subjects that we teach now. However, the music teacher and the French teacher had to travel from classroom to classroom as there was no room in the school for them to have their own classroom. So Mr. Collins, who was the music teacher, and Mr. McKay at the time, the French teacher, would have a traveling cart that they would take from class to class to teach their classes until the 2 new rooms were built on.
Were the playgrounds different?
The playground was very different. We have a lot of equipment in the front of our school. When the school first opened, as I said, we had approximately 575 students. The only playground equipment we had is what's known as the grade primary and 1 playground today. There was no other playground equipment on the school, so the grade 2 playground didn't exist, and the playground for the grades 3 to 6 students had no equipment on it at all. And that's no basketball, it was just courts, it was just grass. So over the years we have built it up, we have added, and as you know, approximately 3 to 4 years ago there was a committee struck, and over $200,000 was spent on the Hillcrest Academy playground.
And your father helped build it?
Yes. It was through the generous volunteers that we do have the playground.
And a couple of years ago, I'm pretty sure it was just monkey bars and then a slide.
Yes. On the front area we had monkey bars and slide, and the swings have been there for a long time. But as I said, when the school first opened, the only playground we had was the few pieces of equipment out back in what we know as the primary and 1 playground. And that consisted of 6 swings at the time and a climbing apparatus. That was it.
Hello and welcome. We are in Hillcrest Academy Library interviewing Ms. McCauley and asking her a few questions. First of all, what are some of the new books that you added in 2019?
We've added a lot of new books to the library in 2019. We've gotten a lot of new books, all kinds of things. Lots of new nonfiction, lots of new picture books. You can see some of the picture books here behind us. And as well, we've been adding lots of graphic novels again because everybody really loves graphic novels. So we've gotten some new ones in. I actually just got some new ones in last week. And a lot of them are the Binky series. Binky the Cat is a popular graphic novel, and there were quite a few that we didn't have, so we've added those as well. And not just Binky the Cat, but Gordon the Dog. We've added that as well. These are all by Ashley Spires, and she's a really popular author. New Dogmans. I have to buy the new Dogmans as soon as they come out. People are asking for them, so I'm always getting those in. I've gotten a number of new Legend of Zelda graphic novels as well that quite a few people have been asking for, so I'm trying to get those. And superheroes as well, really big this year. Trying to keep these on the shelves. Black Panther and some of the superhero gaming books as well. So that's some of what's just come in the last week or two.
And the second question is, how have they been like checking out?
They're really popular. Like I said, I just added these Binky ones because they're so popular I can't keep them on the shelf. I haven't cataloged these yet, but I know that as soon as I put them out, they'll be gone. I can't keep them. So if I had probably 5 of each of these, they'd all fly off the shelves.
And third, do you know when the next book fair is going to be and like what books are going to be in it?
We're planning to have one the end of May. I'm not positive that that's going to happen just yet. We may just have the one fair this year, but if we do have one, it'll be the end of May, the last week of May. And I'm not sure yet what will be coming, but probably some of the things that you're seeing in some of the Scholastic flyers. Those are probably going to be coming to the fair.
And probably Binky the Cat, because that's been flying on.
Yeah, exactly. We can hope.
Welcome, and we're at Hillcrest Academy, and I'm going to be interviewing two Aberrant and asking questions. One, do you enjoy being cafeteria worker?
I do enjoy being a cafeteria worker because I am the only one, or one of the few ones in the school, who used to see almost everyone in the school. Almost every student comes through. So we get to see them at one point or another.
What food do you think people buy the most?
We have lots of favorites, but I think our #1 seller is garlic fingers.
3, a food truck comes by Sundays. Do you get a lot of ingredients from it?
We get a lot of ingredients, but we only get a food truck come once a month. So it seems like a lot because we buy a month's worth of food.
4, how long before you start to cook?
So in the morning, I start to cook. First I take the money and all the orders, and then I add all the orders up, so I know how many soup we have to make, and how many salads, and today how many chicken fingers, and then I start right away cooking, and it takes us all morning to cook lunch.
Is it hard cooking in the cafeteria?
It's not hard cooking at all. It was hard in the beginning because it was hard to figure out how much to cook, how much spaghetti to cook for 90 people, or how many potatoes to peel for 100 people. That was hard. It's not hard anymore. We've got it figured out now. Do you have any more questions? No. Well, thank you for coming to the cafeteria.
How did you become a TA?
Well, Lucas, I seen a course they were offering in Yarmouth, and it was part-time, and it was great for my schedule, so I decided to enroll in the course.
Why did you want to work in this school?
Well, I always knew I loved working with kids, and I thought I would try being a TA.
Why did you choose Hillcrest?
Well, Lucas, when I started taking my TA course, I was subbing for some hours, and this is the school that I started in, Hillcrest, and I really liked it. I really loved the staff, and the kids were great, and so I decided to.
How did you work in any other schools?
I did sub a couple times in Barrington High, but I mainly stuck with Hillcrest.
Did you work with any kids before you became a TA?
I worked in a daycare when I lived out west. I always babysat kids when I was like a teenager, and I just knew I loved working with kids.
There's a book fair at the end of May, and well, that's it. So, bye.